welcome back to another video. Today we have some art to unbox. But before I do that, I just wanted to welcome any of the new subscribers. I picked up a lot of subscribers after the that Superman the Triangle Era Omnibus Volume 1 book that I took a look at. So if you are interested in like comics content, I do that on the channel. A lot of what I do is just tailored to the things that I pick up. It's kind of my personal journey, my collecting journey, be it comics, a lot of comic art, some toys. But, you know, I think there's a lot of, when it comes to like YouTube content on, you know, content creators, and I'm not a huge fan of that, those terms. I'm a guy who collects stuff and likes to talk about it. But there's a lot of, it's kind of like there's a lot of comic art and a lot of comics content, and like I just want to kind of do what, you know, what I collect. So there will be other specifically if you joined on because you like the Superman content, there will be more Superman content. I am a big fan of that era of Superman, so there will be be it art, whatever. Guarantee more of that will be coming in the future. But right now, we're going to take a look at some original art that I'm going to open up. And I wanted to say that if you joined on and you are more focused on omnibus, collected editions, books, comics, you might find some information that you might find kind of fun in the original art side of things. And I encourage you to ask any questions. Part of the reason why I'm sharing what I'm sharing is to kind of help inform somewhat as far as where things are available. We talk about pricing sometimes. So I encourage you to ask questions. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, because original art is, it can be intimidating in getting in and knowing where to start and how to navigate that world. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody might have. But for now, we're going to get into the art of the day. So this is another package from Berserker Art, and a song from Clerks playing in my head again. So yeah, so this is some more, if you look at what how do I want to say this without, I mean, whatever, it's more Energon Universe art. no surprise there. I've been really enjoying, for those that are kind of new to the channel, I'm really enjoying what Skybound over at Image Comics is doing with the Energon Universe, the Transformers and G.I. Joe line of comics. It's been really fun. As a kid who grew up in the 80s, you know, those properties have always been right there in my let's see. Where is the art? So you get packages like that, you're like, all right, where is it? I know it's in here. It's just you get that first glimpse of like, are we sure it was included? But naturally, of course it is. So, all right, so let's get this over to the side, and let's see. There's some postcards. Advertisement for kind of thematically appropriate for the time of year, almost. Eat, Sleep, Reap, Repeat is it looks like it's an online comic. So yeah, there's that. All right, those, and all right, so really darn cool. All right, so Andre Bresson is the artist, and the comic is Destro. This is a page from Destro. Destro issue 2. I think it's page 3. And what I really liked about this series so far is it's showing the path of, it's showing the competition between Destro and then the twins Tomax and Xamot, and it seems like their paths are they're against each other now, and it will lead them to when they join Cobra eventually. So this is kind of like their establishes their history, and also it helps kind of explain some of those infighting that we so much are used to seeing in the Cobra different factions of Cobra. So now, so if you remember, I opened some Andre Bresson art from issue 1 of Destro, and I talked about how how I feel like the art on Destro, the character of Destro, I really enjoyed. But I was kind of some of the drawings of Tomax and Xamot I wasn't as much of a fan of, and I've been thinking about that, and I wonder why it was. There's a certain kind of like an animated-ish look to the way they draw some of the characters, and I guess I have a thing for for men in steel masks. You got like the character of Steel, which I really enjoy, and then also Destro here. But so in saying that, some of the, and I don't know that this makes much sense given the fact that logistically it's a mask, it shouldn't be expressive, but I think that looks cool when it is. So when Destro is expressive and he has these kind of animated faces, I think it looks very cool. But some of the Tomax and Xamot animated expressions, I think looked a little off, because I think you're operating under the understanding that Destro, it's a, you know, it's a comic book, it's okay, but if you're having a certain realistic look to like a non-masked character, sometimes those animated expressions can look off, and I feel like that's kind of what I where I kind of landed on what my, you know, issue was with some of the way that the twins were drawn. But issue 2 I thought was improved. There were still some that I was like so on, but this page specifically, it represents the story of the issue quite well. You have it's like a call to arms. You know, Destro's talking to you know, the what am I just blanked, the Iron Grenadiers. So he's talking to like all those. He's got all the his tanks in the back there. He's saying, you know, we have to go after these you know, these guys that attacked us, who he thinks attacked them at the end of issue 1, which I don't think it was the twins who attacked him. And then you have the twins who are talking to the Crimson Guard, and they're rallying, saying, we got to go after, you know, this Mars Industry Destro. Like, you know, he's coming after us, so we gotta retaliate. And it's just really cool. You see those what will be, you know, Cobra factions, and you see them represented well here. And it's a fun, you know, Destro doesn't trust anybody, so he relies on, you know, like technology, the bats, the there's a machine element to what how he operates. And then the twins, who are just, you know, master manipulators, they are talking to their troops, and they like manipulate, you know, these individuals. So, you know, there's a lot of technology involved in Destro's side of it, and then the twins, it's the manpower. So again, two things that really are going to, it's like two great tastes taste great together for Cobra Commander, who will benefit from them. He's got the manpower, the technology, all of these things are going to bolster Cobra to become the threat that they will become. But again, the whole issue is this duality of it's Destro's side of things and the twins' side of things, and how they're going at each other and attacking each other. And then you know, it just, this, I thought this is a really powerful way to convey that on a page, and really love this one. This was you know, I read the issue, this immediately was the page that jumped out at me, like, okay, that, you know, that's the page to target. There's some really cool later on in the issue, there's some kind of zombified bats that get, you know, they're half destroyed, but they get reanimated. Kind of looks like a scene at Terminator, which is really cool. But I have that. I purchased the cover to issue 2 already, and I kind of thought that would be kind of double dipping a little more than I necessarily wanted to. Really cool imagery, but I wanted to kind of have something else of the story represented, and I thought this page does that brilliantly. So yeah, really. So Bresson was not on issue 3. Is it Adrian Milano? I think the artist who did the Cobra Commander miniseries drew issue 3 of Destro, and you know, I don't love that. I really wanted. I'm not sure what the reasoning was, maybe availability or whatever. But I really love when, especially when it's like a a 5-issue miniseries, to have it be consistent. Again, I don't know what the circumstances were. Artists are human. Things come up and availability changes. So like I'm not faulting anybody. It's just as a fan, I like to see a consistent look to a story. But not that I don't like the art in issue 3, because I really actually enjoyed the art in the Cobra Commander miniseries. But just just a little bit of commentary. So yeah, we'll see what I mean. I'm excited to see what happens in the rest of the Destro miniseries. I have a feeling that we're gonna see Cobra Commander come into play. So maybe there's some Cobra Commander art from this series that might pique my interest. But then again, we have Tom Riley's GI Joe series around the corner. So these are the things that go through my mind. Like, okay, do I buy more Destro art, which I've been enjoying? Do I wait to see what a couple months down the line when was it November? I think when GI Joe comes out. Do I wait for that? So again, the problems of an art collector, which are not really problems. I'm just joking around, but it's things I think about. I try to weigh the pros and the cons as to what I want the collection to look like, what representation I want in the collection, and also looking at the Energon universe, like how much of each series do I want. Naturally, I've been enjoying Transformers and the Jorge Corona art, so I'm no doubt I'll still get more of that. I just it's very easy to get carried away when you tend to love it all, and I really have been loving it all in the Energon universe. So yeah. Anyway, take a look at the last look at the page again. But yeah, that's just a really cool. And again, like it's just that's a there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong at all. When I don't mean to nitpick and say I don't like certain things about the way the faces are drawn. Like I think that's a damn good half of a face, but I think that's great. So yeah. Anyway, thank you again for watching this one. Stay tuned. Still have a couple more boxes of art, and then hopefully later this week I will also have the an episode of Bagged and Boarded, kind of big issue or big week this week. The Transformers is coming out, and the 5th issue of Ain't No Grave. So both of those are two comics I'm really looking forward to this week. So anyway, thank you very much again, and I will see you soon.